Welcome home, brave heroes. I'm Ash. This is Ash Quest, and I was not planning on doing another video about this topic so soon, but I feel it is absolutely necessary to recognize, commend, and reward the efforts of any organization or company or entity that listens so closely to the requests and sometimes demands of its fan base, of its customer, of its audience, that we needed to pay respect to the recent updates to the Fire and Ice Miniatures Adventure game on Kickstarter. Now, as of the time of recording this video, the game has actually raised $84,490 US out of its original $50,000 goal, and we are heading now into stretch goals territory, which means that the creators have started to set goals. If the campaign reaches those goals with how much money it raises, we will be able to get additional rewards into the game that we've already pledged money for. So basically, just by spreading the word and getting more people interested in this, we'll be able to generate more backers, which will put more money into the project, which will in turn increase the amount of stuff that we get. That's how all of these Kickstarter and similar crowdfunding campaigns seem to work, how they get word of mouth to work for them. And I think it's a really, really great thing. It also incentivizes people who are kind of late to the project to see that it comes with all kinds of stuff. And if they were kind of put off by the amount of content before, it may very well convince them to get in and join, and because they would like to have the additional stuff. They now think it's a fair price for whatever reason. The updates, as you can kind of see inferred by the thumbnail of the video at the top of the Kickstarter page, now include Lord Necron. Lord Necron was originally a $150,000 stretch goal. He is now part of the base game. He is now going to be part of the game that everybody is getting by default. And this is where my admiration and respect come in for the creators of the game, and where they've put action to say that they're listening. Lord Necron is an integral part of the Fire and Ice story, so it seemed very off-putting and wrong that he just wasn't part of the game by default. And to be made into a stretch goal, which was 3 times the amount of the original campaign goal. Now, it's not as if 150,000 is some sort of unrealistic target. I do think that the game could reach 150K before the campaign is over and beyond, and I hope that it does. It's just that if it weren't, for whatever reason, Lord Necron was a possibility that would have been presented to us and somehow not included. So it's really, really cool to see this character added to the game with his character card and his activity card. Not only that, but a lot of folks apparently expressed their, I would say grief. Grief is kind of a strong word. They expressed their concern that maybe the subhuman priestess only being available as an early bird bonus in the first 5 days was a bit of a mistake. And now the creators have decided to just include her as well. She is now free to all backers. You asked and we listened. If you missed the early bird opportunity, we're unlocking it again right now for all new backers to enjoy. Now, I don't know if that means this tier is just going to stay the early bird tier essentially for the remainder of the campaign. That does seem to be the implication. She is still available as a selection, I think, in the pledge manager, or at least somebody did say that that was the case yesterday. That might be fixed now, or she might be available as an add-on item because you may wish to have duplicates of her. Totally possible. Prince Taro and his $85,000 stretch goal are unchanged. They are untouched. We are very, very close to this $85,000 stretch goal, and I do think that we are going to be getting Prince Taro in our game as well. All of this is available at the Fire and Ice core game tier, which is just the $75 USD, which is becoming ever more justified with the addition of these new characters. The base game already had 12 characters, 13 if you counted the priestess early bird bonus, and now it is close to having a total of 15, all playable, all usable in the skirmish campaign. Not only that, but the creators have also released a number of videos that show you the character cards, review of the character cards, the To the Death mode walkthrough, and a Dark Wolf video card. In this video from game designer Bob Freeman, we take a look at the character and activity cards from the vantage point of the enigmatic Dark Wolf. This will help highlight the use of the cards and give you a better understanding of the way these characters will operate in the game. We also get the turns, advances, and game modes video. Here we have Bob briefly discussing turns and advances and how they come into play in the various game modes. The Miniatures Adventure Game presents, focusing on the mode that pits the forces of Icepeak and the heroes of Firekeep against each other in an epic battle between the realms of fire and ice. So, in addition to all of that, the full rule book is available to be downloaded. You have pretty much full transparency over how to play this game, what it's about, and you can begin mock playing it now to see if it's your cup of tea. It is a skirmish game. It has modes that allow you to buy characters with a set amount of agreed upon points. So like say a 30-point game will result in you being able to buy Dark Wolf for one side and a series of enemies for the other. Now the rulebook is absolutely worth taking a look at. It is freely available after all now for public viewing. Every 5th to 10th page is a beautiful illustration with artwork, but there is a disclaimer at the very beginning telling you that this is a work in progress. It could just mean that they have credits to insert, or it could mean that they have every opportunity and license to change major aspects about how any of the game modes might work based on viewer feedback. So anybody who's looking at this, give them your honest opinions about how you think these game modes would play out, what you would like to see added, what you think could use clarification. We have instructions on the skirmish game as well as the role-playing game, and as I said, beautiful artwork throughout, lore. The rulebook is 60 pages, but as you can see, the text is very large and a bit sparse per page, so I wouldn't say that this is daunting or overwhelming at all. It is probably a very quick read, probably very easy to understand. At the very bottom, we have our bestiary, and we even have on the very last page a notice about what to expect in the expanded rules. So the expanded rules aren't even here yet. We'll get an opportunity to view those. Perhaps they are still in development, I'm sure, but we'll be able to expect rules for unlocked miniatures and expansions, an expanded bestiary, and a thrilling adventure module, The Ruins of Icepeak. So there you have it. This is a really important update. This is a major win for backers of this project. This is a major win, I think, for the developers and for the people running the campaign, because it's always a great thing to prove that you're listening to your backers, to the people who are wanting to play your game, to the people who are passionate about this particular work, to the people who want to support this timeless IP, and to the original creators. So I want to thank the creators of this very much. Bob Freeman, thank you for all that you have done, and thank you guys for putting as much attention on this as possible. I hope you'll spread this message, particularly the fact that they're listening and that they're one of the good guys, one of the good game creators out there. They have to be in order to make changes like this, because they could very well have just said, nah, we're going to keep all of the tiers as they are, and you're only going to get Necron at 150k, and so on and so forth. I'm really excited to see where this campaign will go now from here. So let's keep an eye on it. Link is in the description below. Comment anything you like about this matter, and I will see you in the next episode. Until then, have a great rest of your day, heroes. Bye for now.